So Ruggero Deodato's Cut and Run from 1985, or the Italian title Inferno in diretta, which translates to Hell Live, a live broadcast from hell. Now, this movie often gets lumped into the cannibal subgenre. I don't know why. There is an indigenous tribe. There is no cannibalism in this movie. It's nothing like Cannibal Holocaust or Last Cannibal World or any of the other Italian cannibal movies. This is basically a jungle action exploitation movie, and it's a lot of fun. And we have a great cast here. We have Lisa Blount, who was in Prince of Darkness, and Leonard Mann, who I'm not too familiar with him, but he was in a handful of westerns back in the 60s and some other Italian genre films too. Then we have Richard Lynch, who is great in everything, and he's been in so many movies. We have a lot of other familiar faces too. I forget the actors' names, but one of them is from Tenebrae and Mario Bava's Shock. One of the other ones was the actor who played Mark in Cannibal Holocaust. You have Barbara McNulty in a small role in the beginning of the movie, who played Olga in Suspiria, and I had the pleasure of having her on the channel for an interview. Go check it out. We talked all about Suspiria, this movie a little bit, and some of the other movies that she was in. And then we have the great Michael Berryman, probably most well known for The Hills Have Eyes and The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and then later on Devil's Rejects and a handful of other movies. I've always loved Michael Berryman. This movie was supposed to be and started out as a Wes Craven project. And interestingly, it was being written by Wes Craven, Dardano Sacchetti, who is still credited as the screenplay writer, along with some other guy. But Luciano Vincenzoni, who co-wrote the screenplays for The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and For a Few Dollars More, and some other westerns, he originally was working on the screenplay that Wes Craven and Sacchetti was working on. And then for whatever reason, that version of the project fell apart. Wes Craven was no longer involved. They brought in Ruggero Deodato. It's a very, very bare bones plot. You have a reporter, Fran, and her cameraman, Mark, who end up going down to the Amazon to find the son of their boss, the television executive. So they go down to South America and they end up getting caught up in a war, basically, between various drug cartels and cocaine smuggling operations and a cult-like cocaine smuggling operation run by Richard Lynch's character, who was part of the Jonestown cult and knew Jim Jones and ended up getting out of there before everybody drank the Kool-Aid. And now he's working with an indigenous tribe and basically attacking all rival cocaine smugglers. And Fran and Mark end up in the middle of that while trying to find the son of the TV exec, their boss. There are some good effects and some good kills in here. You have to seek out the unrated version though. Every streaming service, Prime, Tubi, even a version uploaded on YouTube, every one of those sites has the R-rated cut. There's two versions. Deodato actually filmed two different versions of certain gore sequences and kill sequences. So there was a softer version for American audiences and a harder version for Italian markets. You could still enjoy the movie, with the R-rated version. The few kills that are extended or that are different in the uncut version, they don't really break the movie if they're not in there, if you enjoy the plot and everything too. But it is a Ruggero Deodato film, so why would you want to watch a cut Deodato movie? So seek out the uncut one if you can. But I like the performances, I like the characters. Notable here that it's not dubbed. This is an early Italian film that used synchronized sound. So you don't have any dubbing here. They are all mostly speaking English. So if you don't like dubbing in Italian movies, that's something you don't have to worry about here. Michael Berryman is a standout as always. He's the head of this indigenous tribe that's working with Richard Lynch's character. But Berryman's character is pretty damn savage in this movie. And one more thing of note is the great soundtrack and score by Claudio Simonetti of Goblin. It really has his usual 80s soundtrack feel, like his heavy synth scores, but he also does a lot of great compositions in here that feel like you're in the jungle. So overall, it's not a great movie, but it's very entertaining and fun, and what seems like a bigger production than any of Deodato's prior films, but I couldn't find a budget on this. So have you seen Cut and Run from 1985? If you have, leave your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't, it's worth checking out for sure.